Welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thanks for joining us. Topping the headlines, the Ministry of Health bids farewell to 2 international volunteers. Plans for a community resource center in the village of Trafalgar remain on the cards for the DLP government, and Cochrane Rabbit Festival to be expanded into sustainable venture. Stay tuned for these and other stories coming up right after the break.
The black Sikatuka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatuka today.
Thanks for staying with us. Time now for the details of the news. The Ministry of Health has said farewell to 2 international volunteers who were attached to the Health Information Unit at the Princess Margaret Hospital. Amy Simpson from Australia and Kathleen Miller from the United States arrived in Dominica 15 and 10 months ago, respectively, to aid in strengthening the health information system in Dominica and to build on the contributions of previous volunteers. The Ministry of Health handed certificates and gifts of appreciation to the 2 volunteers at a short ceremony last week. Dr. Paul Ricketts, the National Epidemiologist and head of the Health Promotion Unit, or rather the Health Information Unit, said the volunteers have contributed tremendously to the vision of the unit in developing its electronic health information system. Dr. Ricketts said the unit was particularly impressed with the work of the volunteers as it relates to collating information about the chikungunya disease. He said the data is now being used by other countries in the Caribbean being faced by the outbreak.
And we've been really fortunate to have both of these excellent professionals to assist us through the trying time of the chikungunya outbreak. And I have to tell you, all the documents that we've produced are being, and CMO will confirm, are being referred to across the region and are serving as for other countries to use. And that's quite a testament to the quality when you consider that PAHO and CDs, well, PAHO and CAR have actually produced their documents, and actually the countries are to what we produce to guide the actions.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. David Johnson thanked the volunteers for their valuable contribution to the Ministry of Health.
Both Ms. Miller and Ms. Simpson played a pivotal role in several initiatives of the Health Information Unit. I am fully aware that much of the work dealt with the development of research proposal and disease manuals, the development of paper-based and electronic health system, and the generation of critical reports. You facilitated in training sessions, and very importantly, you became a critical member of our chikungunya response outbreak. I am personally very impressed with your involvement in the weekly surveillance meetings. Your presence and contributions added much value to the work and output of the Ministry of Health, and to assist Dominica in being recognized as having one of the most robust response to chikungunya, and we thank you profoundly for that.
The volunteers described the experience working in Dominica as a rewarding one. They both said they were pleased to have had an opportunity to be fully integrated into hands-on work in public health.
Projects with PAHO and also getting to work on the epidemiological surveillance team, and particularly with the recent chikungunya outbreak. That's been a really interesting learning experience for me, as well as just getting to work with all of you. This has been my first full-time job outside of university, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to come kind of get my feet wet and get an understanding of the public health world. And I know that all of these lessons that I've learned at Dominica are going to be ones that I take with me to my future career.
Making friends, experiencing the Dominican culture and natural wonders were also high points of their time on the island. Plans for a community resource center in the village of Trafalgar remain on the cards for the Dominica Labour Party government. Parliamentary representative for the Rosa Valley constituency, Honourable Dr. John Colin McIntyre, told GIS News this week that the government of Dominica has already committed $150,000 towards that project.
Our plans for the resource center for the Trafalgar Resource Center, they're now at planning. It took a little while, but they're planning right now. We have a certain amount of money already for that. We have at least $150,000 in the bank already committed to this project. And the Prime Minister has promised us that once the project is approved, he will make the cash available for us to complete the structure.
The parliamentary representative informed GIS News that the resource center will be a modern type facility catering to the needs of the community.
I'm looking at a structure, modern, central, that may cost us in excess of probably, 400 and something, under $500,000, but a lovely resource center where the people can feel, it's their thing and they can feel part of it. Very, very modern. Of course, it was drawn by someone from the village, and we're going to engage labor from the village in terms of the construction project.
The parliamentary representative said an organized skills training program for young people of the Trafalgar community will be instituted to complement the resource center. And work on a concrete road leading to the cemetery in Loda is now being constructed. Parliamentary representative for the Rosa Valley constituency, Honourable Colin McIntyre, says this road has been of concern to the government for some time now. He is happy that attention is now being paid to improving it.
The cemetery road, which has been so far, well, since we started burying people there, the first time in his life, is getting a concrete road. And every time we used to go to bury every time we used to escort our loved ones to the great beyond, you'd always through mud and whatnot. It just be a mess, your shoes and rain. So we're setting up this lovely route for the people there, so at least we can have some dignity when we escort our loved ones to the great beyond, which is something that, times of mourning and whatnot, you need some comfort in that as well too. So we are doing that under the Dominica Labour Party, and we speak here under the representation, leadership of the John Colin McIntyre, with the vision for the people.
Recently, the government of Dominica rehabilitated the first half of the Loda main road. Plans are to work on the second half of that road shortly. The government of Dominica, in collaboration with the Cochrane Village Improvement Committee, is working to develop the Cochrane Rabbit Festival into a sustainable venture for the entire community. The Rabbit Festival began as a community development project. Now, the Cochrane Rabbit Festival is one of the most popular events, which draws in thousands of people to its village fair every year. Honourable Colin McIntyre, who represents the Cochrane area, spoke to the development of the Rabbit Festival during an interview with GIS News earlier this week.
And what we're trying to do this year with the Village Improvement Committee is to take the festival back to the people. You see, we have seen in the past that the festival, though controlled by the villagers, a certain amount of villagers, but we want to take it back to every single person in the community, whereby they look at it almost like a feast day for them, where they can come in, show their products, feel part of it, sell their rabbit meat, different dishes for the Rabbit Festivals.
Honourable McIntyre says the Rabbit Festival could have a great impact on the standard of living of Dominicans, as the proper rearing of rabbits could be used as a form of income generation. Honourable McIntyre said government is poised to assisting farmers who want to expand their rabbit rearing business.
So another thing we are working on too with the program is if we can improve on, say, the people who want to farm rabbits in Cochrane. That does help a lot in terms of the Rabbit Festival, because rabbit festivals have been able to support some pretty huge crowds in the Cochrane area.
The annual Cochrane Rabbit Festival is usually held during the months of July and August. And over the weekend, Dominica celebrated the birthday of yet another centenarian. GIS News was on hand to capture the joyous occasion, which was also graced with the presence of His Excellency the President Charles Sovereign. Tastia Flozak brings us this special report.
On Monday, 24th, 2014, government officials joined numerous family and friends in the celebration of Mr. Kingston Joseph Kazmi, who had then become Dominica's 34th centenarian, but has made history for the culture capital of Dominica as Grand Bay's 10th centenarian since 2003. GIS was on hand at his birthday celebration on Saturday, May 24th, which commenced with prayer and song as Reverend Peter Wamutitu blessed the centenarian and all who gathered to honor him at his residence in Tetlale. Mr. Kazimi's stepson, Ralph Bellot, took the opportunity to attest to the loving nature of the man who raised him.
The evil that men have done shall live after them. The good shall rot in their bones. He is my stepfather, and he's a very good man. My mother and him, I love him more than my mother. Why? You know, I am Keith, husband, and I. He treats us like his own son. He takes good care of us. When we do wrong, he corrects us. When he feeds us equal. And when I come out from St. Thomas, I used to come on that floor, ask him questions. And he would give me jokes. I would laugh, enjoy, spend time with him.
Takin, as he is affectionately known, was born to Leighton Kazmi and Emilia Frigis in 1914. He is brother to former President His Excellency Dr. Nicholas J.O. Liverpool and is father to 9 children. Sharing in his celebration was the Dominica Council on Aging, which makes a point of attending each centenarian celebration. President of the Council, Zet Matuse, was more than pleased to welcome a new member to the centenarian family.
Grand Bay seems to have the recipe for producing centenarians. I said it wrong, I said producing them, though they seem to be manufacturing them. Mr. Kazmi, let me, on behalf of the Board of Directors, the members and staff of the Dominica Council on Aging, congratulate you and welcome you to a group of elite citizens of Dominica.
Dominica's presidents have also been known to partake in such heartwarming events, and this year was no different when His Excellency the President Charles A. Salvre and his wife Mrs. Salvre joined the celebration.
It is wonderful to learn for me that President Liverpool is brother of the Mr. Kazmi, whose 100th birthday we are here honoring. I had occasion to be in the company of another Kazmi, but that one I believe was Avan Kazmi, who went up for election in Grand Bay for the Freedom Party. Yes, and I understand is also Mr. Kazmi's brother. So the family has some genes in this Salt City. I will just give you the basis for that. I grew up with my grandparents. My father's sister died at 104. My mother's sister died at 102. And so if it is genes, that has to be, I'm probably looking at 200 years or so. But no, I don't think so. Anyhow, it is wonderful to be here again.
Also present was the Honorable Minister for Social Services, Gloria Shillenford, who declared that Dominica, unlike any other, is indeed blessed and fortunate to be the birthplace of so many centenarians. The Honorable Minister assured that government is committed to its responsibility of providing for Dominica's elders and thus will continue to contribute a monthly stipend, liquid petroleum gas, and a stove when necessary to each centenarian. Among government officials was a parliamentary representative for the Grand Bay constituency, Honorable Justina Charles, who congratulated Mr. Kazmi and his family on his great milestone achievement. At the reception, birthday cards and baskets were presented by His Excellency the President, the Honorable Minister for Social Services, the Dominica Council on Aging, members of family, and well-wishers. Numerous family members and friends gave accounts of the goodness of Mr. Kazmi's friendship, but it was his only living sister, 96-year-old Rosalie St. Rose, who closed the curtains on the celebration.
My Lord and my God, I'm opening my mouth in your name today because of your love, not for myself alone, for the whole wide world, wherever people are alive. Once they know you, you know about them. And I pray in the name of you for the opportunity you gave my two sons to take me up here today, to visit my brother, who you give so many life because of love and unity. I wish by the grace of you, the command today with talking, those who has heard, with a song singing, everyone who believes in the one King righteousness, put the trust and obey that is one, and do what is right and stand firm wherever they be alive, because God is one God and He loves everybody. Amen. Amen. He don't trust no one before one another. Today I thank Him for my brother. He is older than me, but the amount of what is with me already, if he didn't want me to be here to come and visit him today, I wouldn't be there. Amen. Amen.
Mr. Kazmi is completely blind, however, is otherwise quite healthy. The entire GIS News production team congratulates Mr. Kingston Joseph Kazmi on his centennial year on God's beautiful earth.
Oh, many thanks to Tasia for that report. And finally, this news time, the Roseau Health Center will be open to the public from June 2nd, 2014, as the Ministry of Health seeks ways to reduce the influx of patients to the Accident and Emergency Department at the Princess Margaret Hospital. The center will open from 8 in the morning to 7 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, in a 3 to 6 month pilot program. According to an announcement from the Ministry of Health, this will reduce the waiting time and the workload of the A&E at the hospital, especially for non-emergency cases. The Ministry of Health is pleased to inform the general public that effective Monday, June 2nd, 2014, the Roseau Health Center will be open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. As customary, all major injuries and illness should be reported to the Accident and Emergency Department at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And that's the English segment of the news. We now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Alors tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique bien étonné, parole négative qui a simé qui a concerné le projet géothermique. Parole celle-là sortie au membre Parlement Roseau Valley, Honorable Dr. John Colin McIntyre. Selon Honorable McIntyre, projet là en bénéfice résidents Roseau Valley et puis Dominicains en général.
Moi, les un message pour ces gens-là qui ont parlé de ça, c'est les gens Dominique ou ça, et puis les gens Roseau Valley, ils ont comme si ils ont levé, quand ils font une paix. C'est pas ça pour ces gens-là, nous regardons quoi, parce que nous, gouvernement, ça, nous bien savons, nous pas qu'à faire rien pour qu'il y ait un problème pour les gens Roseau Valley. Nous n'a qu'à faire ça, nous bien savons comme ça. Mais mal ces gens-là venir, comme ça, c'est les gens qui sortent de l'autre pays, venir avec parler sorte pour ces gens-là, et puis tu as des petits garçons qui ne connaissent pas en loup, avec tu as yo Puis on tillage mais fait par les mal hot producer. C'est même monde là l'on dit qu'a fait hydro project glue pour lever faire electricity. Yo de ka courir tout comme si yo pas télé tout. Actuellement nous ni 40% nous ka savoir hydro avec 70% c'est by gasoline diesel c'est by ça nous pas ni ça donc avec nous ka aider geothermal avec c'est un bon bail ça nous ka faire c'est nous ka faire de manière qui pas que ni un problème pour monde Roosevelt pour monde Dominique mais c'est bail nous ça bénéfice
en d'autres nouvelles travail qui prend place à présent à ce chimé mon frégate en grand fond parole celle-là sorti en parlement honorable Ivor Stevenson
même instant on est dans notre projet BNTF dans la place de Montfrégade, il y a ça Dam Road. Et puis, ça nous avons travaillé là, il y a fait chimie mais parce ici presque on titoise. Nous savons ça il y a quoi titoise. Chimie ça c'est une place là qui il y a passé en place en la version pour monter Montfrégade. Et puis dans temps la pluie place là même qu'à Chichili, place là ni autant la boue et puis ça a fait dangereux pour monde qui a passé à la place là. Et puis ça nous cal actuellement c'est ça nous cal ranger chimie nous cal mettre en marche pour monde passer pour monter en la chimie pour faire plus mais les monde qui trafiquer dans place là.
La nouvelle ministre de l'Éducation qui a tient évaluation examination grade 6 jeudi et puis vendredi semaine là. Yon 1000 avec 69 étudiants tout en pays quand écrit examination là en plaisir l'occasion 500 avec 46 garçons ensemble et puis 500 avec 23 filles quand écrit moins qui l'année passée quand même sinon on parole qui sorti du ministre de l'Éducation pièce moun en dit supervisor et puis officier éducation pas supposé à cette l'occasion ou là c'est examination là kachène il est spécialement avisé par moi pour ne pas aller en cette occasion non plus. Étudiants qui tapé avis pour suivre ces papiers examination là. Il aussi qui tapé avis pour relaxer quoi pendant qu'il a écrit examination là. Finalement, on consulte Saint Vincent et puis Grenadines Carl Brown, joint et puis officier santé Dominique pour formuler un plan qui Dominique qui voit l'Angleterre taper assistance pour traitement diabétique Z. Parole celle-là sorti au docteur Z. Hazel Shillingford Ricketts pendant session où la discussion prend place mercredi.
Nous sommes ici aujourd'hui à M. Carl Brown, ici au Moon Hod Saint Vincent, mais ici un consultant à Moon qui a servi pour aider pour développement proposal. So, il a aider Caribbean Council for the Blind pour développer un proposal pour nous voyer un trust fund pour Wayne Queen Elizabeth. Un trust fund qui ni en 1000 pounds l'argent, right? Il dédié pour la Caribbean pour nous servir pour développer programme pour pêcher moun venir avec diabète. So aujourd'hui moun qui travaille à ministère santé nous ca les mettre tête nous pour ensemble pour nous ça dire comment yo ça aider nous. Nous déjà ni un programme mais il besoin plus pour fait. So nous ca aller dire comment yo ça aider nous pour faire programme nous plus meilleur.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Nous, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Au revoir.
When we come back, we'll bring you the tip of the day. Stay with us.
What's for dinner?
I know, but you want Cheryl.
Who? Cheryl? Oh, babes, that's nothing.
Nothing within there, but that is nothing.
Hon,
come on. Whatever.
You know you're my number one.
And she's number what, 10? Plenty married women get engaged from the husband these days. I don't want to be one of them. From now on, I'm looking out for me.
But babes, I only talk to the woman.
Until I'm certain this will take care of both of us, if you're lucky.
Your family depends on you. Don't take home aids.
In-studio discussions, Insight, Creole News, Road to the Throne, Calypso, Creole Festival, Carnival, and lots more local programming. See it all on the Government Information Service, your first for local news.
On today's tip, we'll talk to you about how you can make water safe for drinking. Boiling water is probably the most effective and reliable method of disinfecting water, since most germs die quickly at high temperatures. To make water safe to drink, boil for about a minute. Boiling longer doesn't provide any extra benefit and uses up more fuel. The water is safe to drink once it has been cooled. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments, so please drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past national newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching.